Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, the power of positivity, and I will be your vitamin D.
I'ma do this shit until they murder me.
So based on the previous video, we will get straight into the conversation. Welcome to the Gazillionaires Club, and it seems like Elon just reinstated Donald J. Trump Twitter. Now, today is November 20th. I think he reinstated yesterday of 2022, of course. And he reinstated the account yesterday. And it seems like, all the people that attacked him, they are losing it. Like, the liberal media, even all these celebrities, we know, it is an upside down world. Like, there are certain things that I don't agree with, with Donald J. Trump. Like with the vaccine, kept on pushing it. And then, I believe that he ran on the Constitution and the Second Amendment, but he also for the red flag laws, which is like, like if people assume or people report that you're crazy, you have to do this test to go, buy a gun, and and I think the right to, if you pay attention to, during the Bush, the Obama, there were a lot of school shootings, right? And I think Alex Jones, he got pinned down for this because he was like, saying that it didn't happen or something, and they ended up making him pay like $1 billion through court to pay out the family members. But putting that aside, if you notice the amount of school shootings during, in the beginning of his Donald Trump presidency, there were a couple, and then it died out. But every time when there was a school shooting or there was only like one case that I remember on the news. There was like a sharp shooter. I forgot which state. They just randomly shot people at the gas station, sniped people at the gas station. But ever since like Trump came into office, right, school shooting, stopped. There's no war between nations, especially in the Middle East. He did the best that he could. And in my opinion, he was a good president. Some of the things that I don't agree with, but the thing is, at least he is in the ring. I'm just a common guy with a common life, and, try to observe from all direction, especially the news, the social media, like, who is Donald J. Trump? What is he doing? Why I was going to use the word was, but is more proper, because people are still going after him. And, like when I see people, like, even though I voice my opinion, like what I think is right and what I think is wrong, I'm in support of what he's doing. But when he does something wrong or I don't agree with, I just make a video and I just share my viewpoint, right? But there are people out there, like, these are the kind of people that I truly call like the Trump's syndrome. They hate Trump so much that no matter what he does, they're gonna hate him. And for example, like I'm not gonna name any names, but if you hate Donald Trump, right? Either the way that I see it, either you are brainwashed, you are part of the establishment, or you just don't like him because, like, you think that, he's a fighter. He is, he's dividing the country. If that were the case, okay, if that were the case, how is the Biden administration doing for you? And have you observed, during the Obama, what happened, during the Bush, era, what happened? If you can't pictureize, I think that's a word. If you can't pictureize the breakdown of America and what other countries are doing to America under the table through lobbying, through buying out politicians, then you are not awake. And and the fact is that the Department of Justice, the FBI, the IRS, they are going against the American people, the parents, and even the ex-president of the United States. They raided his home with a few other candidates. That should be a big red flag for you, where America is going. For social media to ban the president of the United States, if you don't take that into consideration and all you do is just, I hate Trump, if he runs for 2024, I'm not going to vote for him. I don't care who, I don't care who runs, as long as it's not Trump.
Dumb bitch!
You are part of the problem. And the reason why you are part of the problem is because you are not considering the whole picture. Maybe you hate him because of what you have been told, and you are holding a grudge. You really don't care about the American people or the country. You hate him because you hate him. And if you truly understand the full picture of what is happening to America, all of that little petty stuff, it should be thrown out the window. And I see a lot of people like that. I see a lot of people like, when they and these people consider to be like awakened, right? They understand, they want the best for America, but they just hate him so much to the point where they just can't accept him to be president for 2024. And which is sad, but the one thing that I want to share, my friend, if you hate someone that much and you don't want them to be president, did you know that he was the only president that Kennedy did his own thing, Ronald Reagan did his own thing, but ever since then, everyone, and everything was going accordingly until he came in and he shook everything up. And if you hate him for that, then you are not awake. You can say whatever you say. You can say that you love America. You can say that you are for the Constitution, the rule of law, and the American people, but you are not. If you see the bigger picture and where America is heading, even in the last 2 years, if you don't see it, then you don't see it. And if you hate someone that much, why not focus the time to go back and look at everything and see where America is heading? So that is all I have. I'm really glad that he's back on Twitter, because like freedom of speech, it's a choice. If you don't want to listen to him, don't follow him. And I think Twitter is going to be the battleground where it's not going to be, censored or controlled by the deep state or the intelligence community, where there's actually freedom. And I think, the left, the liberal, the people that attacked him, the cabal, whatever you call them, these people are losing their minds because their narrative is being exposed, because like during the Trump's era, and even like the current administration, nobody is like, if the intelligence weren't involved in the Hunter Biden laptop, he would never became president. And the thing is, when you look at the history of Joe Biden, how can we call him president when all of the things that he does or did, all of the things that he did, right? And I mean, it is a shame that happened to America, and we're playing along with it. But I think Twitter is going to be, the new battleground. And now that, some of the conservatives in the House of Representatives, there is going to be, investigation on the Biden crime family. And it's, when you look at like under the hood of the government, it's actually scary. They operate more like the mafia, but at least with the mafia, there are some integrity. There are certain codes that they live by. But when it comes to politicians, anything is for sale, and that's the scary part. They don't care about the people, the country, and and it doesn't matter what country you live in. You do not want these people to be in the government, because that is a bad example of parenting. I often use the analogy of if a country should be like a family, and government should be like the parents. But if we have bad parents, we're gonna raise bad kids, and that's what's happening, And throughout human history, like the people of every country, they put so much faith on the government, and then only to find out that they were lied to, their wealth were stolen from them, and genocide, and genocides happen. Recently, I saw like a short clip on Valuetainment, and Patrick was discussing about Iran and how they voted to execute 15,000 protesters. Imagine that. Only government do that, and it's scary when we have when we don't hold people accountable. I know, in the republic, people call America a democracy, but some people call it the republic. But it doesn't matter what you call it. In America, we have checks and balance, yes, but corruption is still corruption. They just do it in different forms, right? So where we are going from here, I hope it is for the better to bring America back, because with the current administration, when I see what they're doing with the oil, with the diesel, with giving money to Ukraine, and now the whole FTX and the SEC, Gary Gensler, oh my God, it's just like, how can we not see this, And America, like, I feel like with everything that's happening right now, it's like an empire, collapsing. So, with Twitter, I just hope it's going to be better and more people exposed to the truth, and all of the Trump haters, instead of hating on him, why not use that time to understand what's really going on in America, and because hate takes a lot of place in your heart, and it's not a place where you want to be. Like, try to see the good in people. At least he is doing something. What are you doing, other than just sharing your message that you hate him, right? Do something. If you truly love, you don't have to support Trump. That's all I'm saying. But if you truly love America, if you truly love the American people, do something. Do something about it. Instead of just like, I don't like him. I don't want him to run for 2024. I just think he's divisive. Those are just your opinion. So do something about it. Like, if you can do something for America and the American people without stating that you hate Trump, that would be really good for yourself and the country. So that is my take on it. I hope Twitter is going to expose the truth, and and give people with a different of opinion a voice, even if they're wrong. Because for the last 6 years, with the COVID, the money printing, the Ukraine and Russia, everything was manipulated, and all of the narratives that we saw was controlled. Like, nobody were able to express their opinion. Either you get banned from social media, or the mainstream just don't cover it, and I think that is really unfortunate. So my friend, much love. I really want to hear your thoughts on this. Are you a Trump hater? And I've heard almost every reason why people hate Trump, but what has he done? What has he done? What is he doing for the country? And those are more of the topic I'm interested in. And if you hate him and you don't support him, what are you doing for the country and for the people, and especially for yourself, right? So share me your story. I would love to hear it, because if we really gonna bring the people together, like a lot of government, usually they keep the people divided because that's how you control them. But as Americans, we should get in, if we really want to do something good for the country and for the people, we have to unite, and we have to find common ground. So that is it for this video. I'd love to hear from yours, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-da.